Hey YouTube, this is Jacob with Good to Go Gear, here to do a product review of something that I've had and used and I actually really like. This is the Power Flare Safety Light. The model is the PF200. It was invented by a police officer. It was made in the it is made in the USA. The website that I found it on says it can be used for search and rescue. It can be used as a lantern. It can be attached to vehicles. It can be used to mark landing zones. It's got 10 different flash patterns. It takes a CR123A and it can go, it says on the website, it says it can go for 100 hours. It's waterproof, and that I can attest to. It's made of high-grade military polymer. That's what it has for the shell. And it says it's environmentally friendly because they recommend it for use for law enforcement using to mark the roads instead of the flares. And on their website they say something about how flares are bad, some kind of chemical in there bad for the environment. I don't know about that, but yeah, I used it. I had one before and I liked it so much I told my wife to go buy some. We got them at our local safety shop there when we lived in West Texas. We've had this one, and I think we have one for both. We have two, one for each vehicle. And we keep them in our car bags in case we have car problems or any other kind of issues while we're out and about. This one has the same CR123A battery, I believe, that came with it. And it's been in there for probably going on 3 years. I think 3.5 years actually. And it still works. It's got, like I said, it's a strobe. It's got 10 different modes. I think that one's in SOS mode. So it does have an SOS mode. So, you know, say you're hiking or camping, whatever, and you need to, you know, just leave it going. You know, it can go for 100 hours. Excuse my son. He likes being over here by Dad. You know, you can leave it going. It does have a magnet right here on the, I don't know which side you want to call the back. You know, I mean, it looks the same as the magnet. But it does have a magnet. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, we've put it on our vehicle while going down the road. I've hit 75, 80 miles an hour with it, going down the side of the road or going down the road, and it's stayed on. I've never lost it. It's got this mode where you can use it kind of as a lantern where they just glow, and then a brighter version of the same. And then this one, I guess it's kind of used as like a flashlight. I don't know if you can see that. But you know, then it does 4 LEDs instead of 2, and that's where it's cutting off. It's fixing to cut off. It just flashes like that to let you know it's cutting off. And it's got this one, so like when we, you know, if you had a car trouble or anything, you know, you could put it on there and let it strobe like that. It's got the pulse, just kind of like a flash or strobe or something. And this one I kind of like. It's just, I don't know how effective it would be at letting somebody know you're pulled over. It might from a distance just look like a light, but they are moving. I don't know if y'all can see that, but they are moving. Yeah, that's the SOS mode again, and then the ones we've already been through. But yeah, I mean, we've used it. It floats. I believe it floats. It is waterproof. It's got this where I guess you could tie it and let it dangle. I just discovered that ours is actually busted. I didn't notice that till right now making the video, but that's not that big a deal because I don't know if you can see that, but each one of these little kind of bumpers for if you drop it, you can stick some string through, so that's not, you know, that big of a deal. I've never used it for that. We've never really used it for having car trouble or anything at night, but we have it just in case. I do take it when I go hunting. Never really used it there. I've never had a survival situation or anything, but you know, if you're out in an open field or something, you know, you can put it out there and let it flash, you know, for 100 hours, you know, just going like that, and or you know, whatever your preference is. I do like that it's made in the USA. I like that a police officer came up with the idea, and to turn it off, you just press and hold, and when you turn it on, you just press to go through the different modes. But yeah, overall, I mean, I like it. I think to have in your vehicle as an emergency flare or emergency light to let somebody know, like, hey, I'm pulled over on the side of the road, I'm having car trouble. I've had it where my electrical system's down, and it wasn't my battery or anything, but the system was down, so my lights wouldn't work. That was in one of my work trucks. So it was in the daytimes, but say it had been at nighttime, if I'd had one of these, I could use it to still mark, because it's a black truck, and I can still mark to let people know, hey, my vehicle's down on the side of the road. So I mean, it comes in handy. I mean, everybody's got their uses for it or not, but I have dumped it in a bucket of water. It is waterproof, held up fine. So yeah, overall, I like it. I would recommend it. I think with this, to use for, you know, a personal flare to mark a trail, if you're doing some out in the woods, you know, I've never tried using it as a flashlight to try to light my way through the woods, but I've definitely, you know, used it on my vehicles, you know, just going down the road, and you can see it reflecting off the signs. The only issue I've had is when I've showed some of my friends this, they say because it's red, you might get in trouble with law enforcement. But my opinion is, as long as you're not driving with it on, like you're pulled over on the side of the road and it's flashing red, I think if a cop happens to drive by and he pulls over to give you grief for a red flashing light and finds out, you know, your car's broke down, you have a flat tire, whatever, he'll probably cut you some slack. He may not, but I would imagine that he would if he finds out you're doing it. Just try to be safe and mark that you're out there on the road. You could even leave it out on the road to let people, you know, kind of pull. Let's say you got your flashers on, put it further away from your vehicle, kind of like a safety cone, and that way people know, like, hey, there's something going on here. And then, you know, you can stand it up, you know, lay it down, because you can see it either way. You know, if you stand it up, you can still see it coming around this way. It doesn't, because I mean, we tested it. We put it on the side of the passenger side of the vehicle. You know, where my wife was, she did it because we didn't want to draw a lot of attention to ourselves. But we did it, you know, out in the country, and it worked fine. I did stick it up on the top, and like I said, we hit speeds up to 75, 80 miles an hour, you know, where the speed limit allowed, and we never had any issue with it, like flying off or anything. And I can show you that with my knife. I was playing with it. I mean, it's on there pretty sturdy. So I mean, if you get it on a good solid, you know, metal door, I don't imagine you're going to have too much trouble losing it. I've never lost it. The few times we have put it on the vehicle. So yeah, but I think with this, you'd be good to go to use as the power flare and for some of the things it recommends using it for. So just wanted to get that out there and recommend it to y'all. You can find it on Amazon. So yeah, Jacob Good to Go Gear. Thanks.